Seated in the auditorium today are family and friends who have, in many different ways, supported these candidates to reach the goal represented by this ceremony. And on the platform are the college faculty and staff who have motivated, encouraged, and inspired these students as they completed their coursework and the entire college experience. And then, of course, before us are the candidates for graduation who have become good friends, mentors, and colleagues, developing relationships that will serve them well as they move into the future together. We join then as members of an extended support network to celebrate our involvement with these candidates and to witness their accomplishment. That celebration begins now. Presiding over the summer commencement ceremony is the president of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, Dr. Davy Jane Gilmore. Dr. Gilmore.
Good morning, and welcome to the commencement exercises for the summer 2014 class of the Pennsylvania College of Technology. It makes me happy enough to say the word summer after the kind of winter we had and the spring, although when you start to think about that, you start to think about fall. And as I was reminded this morning, if you go into the mountains, just in case you didn't know that, the leaves are already starting to fall. But today is special. Today is special because you, the graduates, have the distinction of being part of Penn College's centennial class. You're an illustrious group of students that represents 100 years of institutional success. In recognition of that milestone membership, each of you were given a commemorative pin today as you were robed prior to the ceremony. Pins that I hope you will wear with pride in remembering that Degrees That Work is more than a marketing slogan for Penn College. On the occasion of our centennial, we have had an enjoyable time. It's been an opportunity for us to celebrate long-standing connections and make new ones, a moment for us to look back at what has been done, and perhaps most importantly, look forward to the wondrous things we're yet to accomplish. I'd like to put the 100th anniversary in perspective for all of you, though. And so I'd like to share with you a few notable things that were happening in 1914. There was the start of the First World War, of course. It was the first year that Mother's Day was observed as an official American holiday. It was the Major League Baseball debut of Babe Ruth. Some of you may not know, Babe Ruth once hit a homer at an exhibition game here on our main campus in Williamsport. It was the dawn of passenger airline service, a test run between the Florida cities of Tampa and St. Petersburg, a fact of particular interest to some of our students. And in a high school classroom secluded in the corner of our campus, the first adult students that would become the Williamsport Technical Institute learned that the ability to work with their hands made them eminently more attractive to local employers. Like them, you soon-to-be graduates before me are a beautiful part of our Penn College history. And when this class of 2014 crosses the stage today, and you walk back through the lobby out into the air on 4th Street, you will become the latest chapter in our common story, a story that we tell with pride, a story that's 100 years in the making. It is to all those students now that we turn our attention. Your class speaker stands ready to represent you. The faculty mentors are on hand to enjoy your company and you theirs for perhaps the last time. The rest of us are here to join in this very singular and special moment. Your triumph, after all, is our triumph. Your success is proof that we have done our jobs well. So to the centennial class of 2014, I say to you, sit back and relax and enjoy this morning's affirmation of our mutual achievement. And to your families and friends, those who have alternately been your cheerleaders, your sounding boards, your study partners, your ATMs, your confidants, and your co-conspirators, and occasionally the bearers of tough love, we welcome you to this Community Arts Center and this most deserving celebration. Now, this is normally the time when a speaker would say to you, out of respect for the audience, please put away your telephones. not at Penn College. We are the Pennsylvania College of Technology. I want you to take out your telephones. I want you to make sure they're on. I want you to use hashtag PCTGrad. And we want to see Twitter, Facebook posts, Instagram pictures. We want to celebrate and tell the world about this wonderful celebration. And today, I will be doing so from the platform. So have a great day.
Don't you wish you worked for a boss like that? I'd now like to introduce Mr. Elliot Strickland, Chief Student Affairs Officer.
President Gilmore, Mr. Johnson, Provost Starkey, distinguished faculty and staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the August 2014 graduating class. It is my great pleasure this morning to introduce your student commencement speaker. I first met Caitlin Savage at the beginning of her junior year at Montgomery High School. The college had just taken over the coordination of a youth leadership program from the Chamber of Commerce, and every high school in Lycoming and Sullivan counties nominated 3 students in their junior class for the program. And Caitlin was chosen to represent Montgomery in our inaugural leadership class. We were lucky that that wasn't the last time Caitlin was on campus. After graduation, she continued her education at Penn College in our paramedic program, and she has shined in the classroom. A Dean's List student, last night Caitlin was awarded the Susquehanna Health Program Award for Paramedic, the Dennis R. Doherty Award, and the Paramedic Director's Award. Caitlin has also given back to her community, donating time to Toys for Tots and the American Rescue Workers, and serving as a volunteer EMT with the Montgomery Fire Department. Caitlin graduates today with an Associate of Applied Science in Emergency Medical Services, and she will soon transition from her internship to a full-time position with Evangelical Community Hospital in Lewisburg. Please welcome your 2014 student commencement speaker, Ms. Caitlin M. Savage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to see you all here today. Being able to deliver this commencement speech today, this morning, is such an honor, and I'm truly overjoyed. There's so many people I would like to thank today that we'd be here all day, but I would like to start with Elliot Strickland for the warm introduction, and all these esteemed people sitting here behind me for nominating me today. I'd like to thank my family for helping me through these trying couple of years, and my friends for dealing with my hectic schedule. And last, certainly not least, my paramedic family, who has been there for me since day one, and now I consider family. Well, class of 2014, congratulations, we made it. Each and every one of you should be proud of yourselves. I am very proud of myself that I never gave up in the most trying of times. We all have those moments where we want to give up, but we didn't, which is why we are here today at graduation. We've made it through the tests, the papers, the all-nighters to get here today, but they are just one of the many battles we will have to overcome in our lives. We will not always be successful in what we do, but I hope that we will always have the courage to try. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." Many people have asked me why I chose the career path that I did, and I never knew how to respond. I used to say, well, my whole family consists of EMTs and healthcare workers, but that was never a great answer. I finally found my own reason a few months ago. I was doing a student shift at Evangelical Community Hospital in Lewisburg, and I was with one of the toughest preceptors that we all know. We were dispatched in the morning for a cardiac arrest. My anxiety was already peaked, and now a cardiac arrest put the topping on the cake. Despite my anxiety, my team was able to successfully resuscitate the patient, and she was later transferred to Geisinger's ICU. I was ecstatic that we saved another person's life. The patient's family was so grateful and appreciative for what we had done. At the end of the call, we always have a post-call review. My preceptor turned to me and about to give me my critique, and surprisingly, all he did was shake my hand and tell me, "You did a great job." And that surreal moment, I realized my reason for why I wanted to become a paramedic, because I love helping people. My WISE program director told me something one day that really stuck with me, and that is that being a paramedic is much bigger than us. It is no longer about ourselves, it's about helping other people. All of you have your own reasons for why you chose the career path that you did, and I hope you chose it because it's something that you love to do and that you're proud of. Ellen DeGeneres probably said it the best. Follow your passion and stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means you should follow that. Congratulations, class of 2014.
As we honor our common history this year, a century of educational opportunities spanning 3 institutions, we've talked a lot about family, about community, and about legacy. Today's Distinguished Alumni Award recipient combines all of those concepts in an academic career that goes from student to longtime employee, to now retiree who knows how to do everything he's ever been asked except slow down. James Cunningham, Jim to me, a 1973 computer science graduate of the Williamsport Area Community College, also holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Technology Management from Penn College. He recently retired as our Vice President for Information Technology and Business Process Improvement. With technology so prominent in our name, it's no secret that we've invested substantial resources to equip students and employees alike with the tools they need to do the job right. Most of you tweeting this morning can't remember a day without the internet existing. We are connected in ways that none of us dreamt about when I was your age. And while it's human nature to speak loudest when things don't work, like the cell phone that won't turn on or the battery draining out throughout the day, I can brag that we are blessed with IT professionals, and many of them are our alumni, who have had the foresight and the responsiveness to keep us all in touch and on task. To give you an appreciation of how we've ridden the explosive growth of computer infrastructure, at one point in his career, Jim had oversight of 3,500 workstations, 5,000 network ports, 180 technology classrooms, and a $6.2 million budget. And the dedication to his alma mater did not stop there. Jim and his 7 siblings, all of them attending the institution at one point or another, and several of them returning after graduation for employment, have established multiple scholarship funds to help students meet the financial challenge of college. The Cunningham brothers and sister, a saint I might suggest, came by their pay-it-forward philosophy quite naturally. Their mother, Jean, a member of our nursing faculty for nearly 30 years, and their father, Donald, were proud advocates for both the college and their children's education. In Jim's particular case, he's a member of the Penn College 1914 Society, the Pillar Society, as a Penn College Foundation board member, and he's held countless roles in our governance system and was a knowledgeable point of contact for our current students during the recent 50th IT celebration. He's a founding member of the Williamsport Chess Club, and he's also been a resource to any number of bedrock community organizations, including the Lycoming United Way, Leadership Lycoming, Literacy Lycoming, and the Lycoming County Health Improvement Coalition. Now, this Distinguished Alumni Award is presented to graduates of Penn College or its predecessor institutions, the Williamsport Area Community College or the Williamsport Technical Institute, who have made significant contributions in their chosen field, and they have demonstrated the importance of education at the college and participated in leadership roles in the community, while demonstrating a commitment to the college and community relations. In Jim's hands, those criteria simply seem like a daily to-do list, and we are honored to call him our own. On a personal level, I must tell you that Jim has brought wisdom, strategic thinking, problem solving, and very sound listening skills to our working relationship. And for that, I personally will be forever grateful. On a quick footnote, this award was originally to be presented in May in our May ceremonies, but Jim asked it be postponed so some more special people in his life could be here. He really does have the entire quarter of this area reserved for family, including 2 members of his extended family who are graduating today, and they can all now be part of the celebration. So please join me in congratulating Jim Cunningham as a recipient of Penn College's Distinguished Alumni Award. There you go. You can hold it, and then I'll hold it.
Okay, you hold it. Wow, that's a hard act to follow. I must admit, when I learned of this award, I had a great deal of difficulty finding the right words. As Davey said, my family has a long connection with this institution. My mother started working here when I was a teenager. I enrolled here in 1971. I graduated in 1973 for the first time. I went on to my professional career. My brothers and sister followed me, attending the institution, and several of them came to work at the institution, joining my mother. After 15 years, I came back to the institution and spent the rest of my professional career here, 24 years. It's been an incredible experience. I feel like the college is just connected to me in every way that an institution possibly could. And to then receive this award on top of everything that I've experienced with this institution is simply beyond the ability of my words to express. It is an incredible honor, and I am so deeply grateful. Thank you, Penn College. Okay, back to the first part. To today's graduates, my congratulations. Your hard work, determination, and I suspect many late nights have paid off. You are about to celebrate this special day with me. As Davey said, this is indeed a very special day. You deserve the right to celebrate, but yet at the same time, it's important whenever you reach a major goal in your life, whenever you receive an award like mine or a diploma like yours today, to take a moment to thank those who helped you along the way. So if you forgive me, I'm going to take a few minutes to thank those who have helped me along the way. First, to my mother and father. They're not here with us anymore, but I know they're watching. Thank you, Mom and Dad. To my brothers and sisters, to my sister-in-laws, to my nieces, to my nephews, to my very special 2 stepdaughters, to all of my extended family, thank you for your support, your love, and for putting up with me for all these years. To those who I've worked with over those 24 years, thank you. We've did many great things together, things I can look back on and be very proud of. Many of you are on the stage today, and I'm very fortunate to have many of you as friends as well. And last, but certainly not least, Dr. Gilmore, Davey, you and I worked very closely for most of my 24 years. You've been an inspired leader, a role model, a mentor, a coach, a personal guide, but most of all, a true friend. Thank you, Davey. Davey mentioned that this was a very special day for the Cunningham family. Mom and Dad raised 8 children. All 8 of them attended the institution. 7 graduated. 2 graduated twice. 3 went on to advanced degrees at Penn State University. I think that's a pretty impressive record for any family. Today, we get to welcome 2 more, the next generation, to our small family club of Penn College graduates. Megan Cunningham, my niece, brother Mike and Marcia Cunningham's daughter, and my stepdaughter, Rochelle Horning. I wish I could see you guys, but I can't.
Oh, they're out there.
But I know you're out there. And my stepdaughter, Rochelle Horning, daughter of Wendy Miller and Scott Horning. Congratulations. I think I can speak for your entire extended family. We are all so enormously proud of you today, and you are much loved. Welcome to the club. And then just one more short remark. I do have a very special announcement to make. The word special keeps ringing through today, doesn't it? Davey mentioned our Cunningham Family Scholarship Fund, our way to give back to the institution. Well, it seems only fitting that in this year, where the college is celebrating its 100th anniversary, that I can announce to my family and to all the other supporters of our fund that this year, just recently, our fund balance now exceeds $100,000. So in closing, again, graduates, congratulations, and my very best wishes for your continued success in the future. And to Penn College, for bestowing upon me this incredible honor. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will cherish this forever. Thank you.
Okay, now you can have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you know, the legal corporate body of the Pennsylvania College of Technology is its board of directors. This is the body that, by our charter, is given final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other interests pertaining to the college. Though some responsibilities are delegated, ultimate authority rests with the board. At this time, I'd like to call upon Mr. Steve Johnson, member of the board of directors, to authorize the conferring of degrees at this ceremony. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Starkey, and also to Jim, my congratulations and expression of appreciation on behalf of our entire community for the continuation of your distinctive service to our community. We are blessed with your presence. Congratulations again. To all those of you who are about to become graduates, this is a very special occasion. In many respects, it is the end of one beginning and the beginning of a new chapter of your lives. The degrees being awarded have come from hard work, from the guidance and wisdom of the faculty, and from the support of your family and friends. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, I extend to all of the graduates our congratulations and best wishes. And to all of the supporting family, members of the faculty, and friends, I extend our thanks for your support and congratulations on your success. Now I turn to my official duty. Dr. Gilmore, by the virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, I authorize you, on behalf of the board, to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned, as certified by the appropriate dean. Dr. Gilmore.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise?
That's always a good start when you know which degree you're getting. Sometimes we have to do a little coaching.
Dr. Gilmore, upon recommendation of the faculty, I'm pleased to inform you that these women and men have satisfactorily completed the requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, I do hereby confer upon you the Bachelor of Science degrees that you have earned with all of the rights and privileges, and with congratulations from the Board of Directors, the faculty, and the staff. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for all associate degrees and certificates please rise? Dr. Gilmore, upon recommendation of the faculty, I'm pleased to inform you that these men and women have satisfactorily completed the requirements for their respective associate degrees and certificates.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania College of Technology, I do hereby confer upon you the associate degrees and certificates that you have earned, with all of its rights and privileges, and with congratulations from the Board of Directors, the administration, and the faculty. Congratulations. Please remain standing. And would the baccalaureate graduates please rise also? And Caitlin, would you join me over here? Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit ago, you entered this theater as candidates for the certificates and degrees that you've earned. It was my honor to confer those upon you just a few minutes ago. You are now a member of the world of educated women and men, and a symbol of that is the graduation tassel. I will turn the tassel of your class representative, and if you follow, this will symbolize to the world that you are in fact now a graduate of the Pennsylvania College of Technology. Okay, all right. Except I don't know, I have to do that, right? Okay, are you ready? Yep. Okay, you push the button. Good job. Thank you. Oh, be afraid. You may all sit down now. Watch, that will be posted a little bit later. As individuals and institutions, we all pass through clear stages of development, points in time where we grow into new roles and new responsibilities. This ceremony is a transition event for all graduates. Today, we will recognize individuals with academic honors. Students with gold, silver, or white cords during these ceremonies, white for honors, silver for high honors, and gold for highest honors, will identify these students. Blue cords will signify academic achievement for certificate students. In addition, we are very proud to recognize our graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa. Their gold stoles and gold tassels will identify them. We will also recognize graduates of the Alpha Chi Honor Society. White stoles will identify these students. We would now like to recognize the veterans. They will be identified by their red, white, and blue cords. I'd like to ask all veterans who are graduating today, who have served on active duty, as well as those serving in all branches of the military, to please stand. Would our veterans please stand? Would you remain standing? Thank you. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our veterans at Penn College. 6 of them have earned the Purple Heart. 9 of them have earned the Bronze Star. 79 of them have earned Iraq campaign medals, and 50 of them Afghanistan campaign medals. We are very proud of our veteran students. Let's thank them again. You may be seated. At this time, Carolyn Strickland, the Vice President for Enrollment Management and Associate Provost, and the respective school representatives will present the candidates. Now, we know this is a time when you want to capture those particular photographs for the memory of today's special event. And you're welcome to come down front and do that. We simply ask that you leave the area in front of the official photographer open so that they may capture their pictures as well. With that, our ceremony begins. Let's get this moving, right?
President Gilmore, I present the graduates from the School of Business and Hospitality.
Jessalyn Jean Henry. Jennifer M. Baker. Marlon Earl Moyer.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates from the School of Construction and Design Technologies. Thank you.
Danielle Francis Tabalinski. Aaron James Salade. Matthew R. McCoy.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates from the School of Health Sciences.
Christopher M. Gratalo. Deborah Jean Waycaster. Shayla B. Fabiani. Shannon Lynn Abercrombie. Tara Lynn Knight. Liza J. Pritchik. Andrea Lynn Schatz. Allison Kate Van Metter. Melody J. Henderson. Beth A. Barger. Carly Caitlin Bauer. Danielle M. Bryan. Linda K. Burkholder. Brittany Lynn DeWalt. DiBernardo. Yeah. Felicia Ann DiBernardo. Melissa M. Eknian. Lily Caroline Fields. Kara Lindsay Frankovich. Courtney Lynn Fritz. Julianne Lee Gay. Daniela M. Germello. Elizabeth Hope Good. Kendra Lee Gutshaw. Karen E. Koch. Rena Marlena Koch. Elizabeth Samara Korn. Samantha F. Kuhn. Allison Devon McCloskey. Chrissy Lynn Miller Swartwood. Mackenzie Catherine Mills. Myra A. Perez. Amber E. Paust. Heather Lee Pugliese. Nicole Marie Reeves. Whitney Kathleen Rahm. Matthew T. Schmeltz. Caitlin Emily Sheets. Carla Lynn Schink. Marcia Eve Shives. Stephanie Aaron Stahl. Kayla Michelle Stallnecker. Matthew B. Walk. Weena Jessica Walton. Corinne Marie Williams. Christy Marie Forney. Amy Leanne Hill. Stephanie Sanguinetti. Sarah Louise Snyder. Tracy Lorraine Banfield. Sarah L. Bensinger. Kristen K. Boatman. Molly E. Campbell. Zoe H. Cipriani. Kelly Michelle Daum. Casey Freese Davis. Paula B. Erickson. Samantha Dawn Grinnell. Andrew Bryce Hagerman. Sarah Marie Knorr. Angela Nicole Krebs. Krista N. Kreider. Marissa G. Lepley. Acacia M. Lucas.
Danielle A. Marnati. Yeah.
Danielle A. Marnati. Shadden K. Rice.
Janae Rohr. Yes.
Janae Brooke Rohr. Robin L. Splain. Tiffany Maria Turgeon. Kathleen R. Watson. Emily Grace White. Ryan M. Byers. Canopicia, Cleveland?
Yes.
Canopicia, Cleveland.
Jacqueline Delaritas. Yeah.
Jacqueline Tara Delaritas. Kristen Lee Douglas. Diane. Sandra Diane Fernandez. Matthew James Freer. Lindsay M. Gilbert. Burgundy Ann Gray. Keith Richard Hammock. Shion F. Harrison. Emily P. Hunter. Ashley Pocky Emersek.
Yes.
Soba Yemo. Justin L. Kelchner. Catherine Ann Kudrick. Todd Edward McClanahan. Catherine Lee McCollum. Heather A. Miller. Timothy J. Rawcliffe. Cherie Natasha Regisford. Juana Stingu. Shannon Danielle Sinaraki. Christopher Taiwo. Jessica L. Torluccio. Annika Ray Webb. Scott C. Forbes. John Edward Fox. Deborah Louise Mott. Samuel D. Pyatt. Parker John Shaw. Stephen Matthew Thompson. Nathan Joel Katzmeyer. Courtney Nicole Allen. Karen Marie Ashton. Terry Michael Connard. Patrick David Crowley. Jessica A. Ebert. Kelly Renee Hebert. Corinne M. Heppenstall. Kira Ann Hughes. Tanya Nicole Krug. Ashley C. Maines. Stephanie M. Malatesta. Jennifer L. Mann. Lauren Catherine Machino. Chelsea K. Newhart. Elizabeth Y. Rogers. Lindsay Nicole Rosenberry. Catherine Maria Slavinsky. Sarah Rachel Taylor. Caitlin Elizabeth Watson.
Say your last name.
Hanan Ali Amohathab. Jacqueline M. Cardini. Brian Lee Coffey. Logan C. Dillon. Gansel. Danielle Jordan Gansel. Geneva Renee Johnson. Renee. Heather Renee Krebs. Derek Benjamin Culp. Melissa J. Lake. Dawn Marie Litz. Abby M. Lucas. Mosheni. Zahara Mohseni. Yes. Zahra Mohseni.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates from the School of Industrial Computing and Engineering Technologies.
Michael G. Chacha. Christopher Scott France.
Congratulations.
Jacob L. Garn.
Abdul-Jabbar Hamidi.
Abdul-Jabbar
Hamidi. No, without this. Abdul-Jabbar Hamidi.
Abdul-Jabbar Hamadine. Michael K. Hooker.
President Gilmore, I present the graduates from the School of Sciences, Humanities, and Visual Communications.
Megan Caroline Cunningham. Rochelle N. Horning. Megan R. Jennings. Carmen L. Levy. Heather A. Zerby. I say your name. Cassandra Eve Lalidaw. Kelsey Eileen McElway. Sandra L. Meckley. Carla S. Miller. Christina Mary Nelson. Nicole E. Phillips. Brandon William Knapp.
President Gilmore, I present the graduate to the School of Transportation and Natural Resources Technology.
Thank you.
Kyle James Stenline. Richard P. Mills. Ashley Marie Baker. Sean P. Ganud. Garrett Michael Langham. Nicholas A. Chipakowski. Jake Oliver Urich. Zachary J. Vlemix.
Call us back here to get us both out there. Just can we do that?
I can, sure, if you really, if your parents won't care.
Oh, that's fine.
Knapp and Laughlin?
Yeah.
Sean T. Knapp and Luke Charles Laughlin. Matthew Joseph Lessard. Matthew Joseph Lessard. Joshua A. Swigert. Dustin Lyle Kraus. And Caitlin Marie Savage.
I think everybody's back to their seats. You know, I have to just tell you a little, this is not in the script. This ceremony in the summer, as you could tell, had, you know, a large portion of health sciences. So there's two things as a college president that you think about when you see all these health science graduates. First, you get the prize for the best decorated caps. Yes, that includes May as well. Hands down, you have the best caps. Second, when the last health science student crosses the stage, I take a deep sigh of relief that no one has fallen off their high heels. You know, this is my 16th year as president, and it's never gotten easier to see health sciences cross the stage. Some year I'm going to hand out flip-flops to everybody. I have this vision of catching someone. Mr. Johnson and I doing the catch. So now on a more serious note, your connection to the college does not end today. You are now members of the Penn College Alumni Association. And the reason that we think that is so important is that we need to hear how successful you are and what you're doing with these degrees and certificates that you have earned. So you're going to hear from us on a regular basis through the e-newsletter for alumni. And we really need to hear from you. We want to hear about your successes, your personal milestones, so that we can brag about you to the world, because you are, in fact, the reason that we do what we do. About 6 months from now, you're going to get the graduate survey, and that's a really important document for us to learn about your feelings and your experience at Penn College, and we would encourage you to respond to that. Now, there's a nice finished speech in my binder that normally I would give to you right now. But I was getting ready this morning, and I thought a lot about the word legacy. So I'm going to nix this speech and just talk to you for a moment. I would ask the graduates to imagine that it's just me and you. A little hard with the other 2,000 people here, but just pretend they're not here. Because one of the things that's my distinct honor at every commencement is to be the last person to speak to you. It's an honor I don't take lightly. It's one that means a great deal to me, because you are the reason that I get up every day. As I was thinking about legacy and our 100th anniversary, we've been talking a lot about our legacy of leaders, our legacy of graduates, our legacy of employees. I mean, I think about Jim Cunningham. He has left an incredible legacy at this institution. What I didn't tell you in the opening speech for Jim was that when I came as a faculty member 37 years ago, his mom was one of the first people who looked after me. Now, looking after me 37 years ago meant, how do I find the cafeteria? Where's the bathroom? How do you get things duplicated? You probably don't even know what a mimeograph machine was, but how to work it. So she left a legacy. When we think about legacy, it's an important thing to remember. And my question to you is this. You've accomplished a great deal, you've studied hard, you've learned a lot. You heard from your student speaker that she's already touched lives. Many of you in this room already have. So my last challenge to you is this. If you look to tomorrow, or you look to 5 years from now, or you look 37 years back on your first job, what will your legacy be? What do you want people to remember you for? It's not too early to start to think about that. You'll make mistakes along the way. I make them every day. And my goal is to just not make the same one tomorrow. But most importantly, as it's been said today, this is a new beginning. So take this new beginning and begin to write your legacy. You're worth it. The world needs it, and we're proud of you. So I am the last one to get to say congratulations. Go out in the world and celebrate, and then start to think about that legacy. But most of all, please make us Penn College proud, because we are proud of you. Thank you.
I invite those who are able to stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps, and everyone to join in the singing of the Penn College alma mater. The words may be found on page 2 of your program.